Hello, welcome back to Norco. We're just chilling on the road. Millions and I. We're going to go to Sarpy in a moment, Sarpy Books. But I think I wanna knock out some of these mind map things. I got a few of them open here. We have Troy, Catherine, reports of construction, and Shield. Let's hit Troy up. Troy knows your family. He was buying pills from Blake and occasionally helping your mom with her research. He says she was conducting research in the lake. Your mom was conducting research. So I've already clicked on her before, and she was orange, and she went blue again. I also clicked on this before, but it is orange again. So it's like we unlocked something, right? That's what it feels like. See? Before it was just for who, now it's in the lake. Your mom was investigating reports of unpermitted shield construction in the lake. Well, there she saw something. But what? This reminds me a little bit of the Outer Wilds, like, game map. It's kind of like your adventure log, basically, right? Your mom was investigating reports of construction in the lake. She found no evidence of it, nor who might be behind it. Your mom saw something in the lake. Oh. Well, that wasn't a whole lot, was it? Shield is an oil refinery. Shield Gulf South is a regional subsidiary of a transnational oil empire. Holds a large share of leases in the Gulf of Mexico and refines crude oil right here in Norco. Chemical Annex sits on the other side of town from the refinery. Produces the feedstock for plastic consumer products. Shield owns half the town. Alright. Knock that out. We are now going to Sarpy Books. Oh yes, I remember this from the demo. The demo was rather large, wasn't it? Now that I think about it. Young man leans against his station wagon while scrolling idly on his phone, his silhouette darkened by the fluorescent glare of the payday lender's sign. Started doing this rideshare thing a few weeks ago. Kinda hate it. Why? Pays like shit, spending hours a day making small talk with randos, it's melting my brain. Nearly broke an ankle driving over a pothole in Hollygrove. This is my grandpa's car. If I trash it, he'll kill me. Drove anyone interesting? There's all types around here. Some guy I drove out to the middle of the swamp was like 2 in the morning. Asked me to wait. I wonder if it was our guy with the horse. I don't know how the horse would have gotten there then. He got out, took off his clothes, jumped in the bayou. Came back up a minute later with a bag, toweled off, got back in. Oh, so he had treasure / drugs. Found that to be pretty fucking weird. I don't know. A while back I drove some lady out to the medical district. She was an odd one. Wonder if that's the mom. Seemed kind of sick. Asked me all kinds of questions. Do I ever pick up random signals on the radio? Weird shit like that. It's just all types. Good to know. A stocky pitbull with piercing green eyes watches the horizon with a neutral demeanor. Can I pet the dog? You reach down to pet the dog. She shows her teeth and growls softly. Whatever. Two teens nod and gesture excitedly while bouncing between topics. Hello, teens. Where this dog came from, bro? Don't know, she been sitting here for a while. You seen her eyes? Them eyes or something, bruh. Whatever. Alright, I guess we're maybe going inside. Her mom used to come here to dig through the stacks. Among the heaps of used romance novels and westerns, she always managed to find some occult artifact. The owner is also the landlord. You imagine that's the only way he manages to keep a place like this running. For the years, they've experimented with other revenue-generating schemes. For a while, you could get your phone repaired here. And they tried selling vape cartridges, then Kratom, then anime wall scrolls, LSU yard ornaments after that. You remember seeing online that they were trying to do some kind of acupuncture thing. LSU is Louisiana State University, by the way. A rather large and popular university. Good football teams. With baseball teams, etc. In the end, the schemes always fail. and only the paperbacks remain. All right. Oh, yes, I remember this as well. You wonder how anyone can read in this dim, cluttered bookshop. As your eyes adjust, you see Blake's childhood friend Erica waiting behind the counter to greet you. Okay. And Million, when'd you get back into town? I've been in Norco for quite some time. Perhaps you are misremembering, Erica. Weird. I guess so. But anyhow, okay, you're looking rugged these days, old friend. That's an intense scar above your eye. Is that the bike chain scar, I assume? Yeah, pretty badass. You know what? I agree. Heard you ran into Troy. That guy, my god. He's such a clown. Just keeping up with your travels online, but I haven't seen you post in a while. I have so much to tell you. I can only imagine. Would you love to grab a drink and hear all about it? For what it's worth, things have been eventful around here as well. Floods, fires, gunfights out in the lake. Rarely a dull moment these days. And of course, your mom was always in the mix. Gunfights out in the lake. Perhaps fighting over bags buried at the bottom of the lake. I'm convinced she never slept. I'd be driving in late from the city and, swear to God, I'd see her alongside Airline. She'd have a headlamp on, dredging trash out the borrow ditch. Up until the very end, she never let her illness stop her. I missed the hell out of that woman. Yeah, same. You and your brother have been living in my heart since I heard the news. Well, you weren't always on the best terms with your mom, but she loved and admired you. She talked about you constantly. I think it used to make Blake upset. He felt like you were the favorite. Sounds like he was right. Heather did always say you reminded her of herself, but it didn't always sound like a compliment. So have you seen Blake? Yeah, I saw him just yesterday. He hasn't been around the house. Well, that's a question. He hasn't been around the house? He has not. He said he was heading to the Floodgate Tavern when I saw him. He may have gotten wasted. I know Gus let him sleep behind the bar a couple times. Did he know you were coming, Kay? Never mentioned it. Figured he tried to avoid me. Yeah. He can be like that sometimes. I had to be delicate with him recently. If I ask how he's doing, he goes quiet. If I offer help, he doesn't return my texts. He's broken. Sometimes I see glimmers of light in his personality, but it's rare these days. If I hear from him, I'll tell him to find you. Thank you, Crouton. You scan the titles on the shelf. Don't be a vampire. You pick the slim self-published paperback from the shelf and flip to a random page. Another dark and lonely night spent in the cavern of despair, hidden from the daylight. Blackout curtains are all that defer my eternal death. Thought being a vampire would be sexy, but it's not. It's awful for your skin. I look pathetic. Also, blood tastes like bong water. Didn't think it'd be like this. Gross. Good Hope Cemetery easement. Carbon copy of a document authored by the St. Charles Parish Planning Committee. The document outlines the parish's intentions to secure a roadway through a 90-meter stretch of the Shield Industrial Complex. This easement would allow for descendants of those entombed to visit the Good Hope Cemetery. Grave sites are currently surrounded on all sides by the refinery. So it was and still is a very common thing in America. I can't scroll up. I feel like I should be able to scroll up here. Where they put expressways through neighborhoods, often poorer neighborhoods, often minority neighborhoods. They basically take the property, give the people money for their houses. That money is not always the value of the house or the property. And they just plop a freeway through there and displacing everybody that was once there. Very common in America. Still is. So this here is the illustrious Crouton. We found him behind the dumpster out back, licking cardboard. Whatever you do, don't try to pet him. He's a devil. I got scars all over my hands from this damn cat. I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh. What? He loves me. Oh, wow. Crouton usually bites strangers. He must like you. My memory is not very good these days, so I'm playing with fire here. He seems to be getting a little All right, well, it's time to go. I'm not here to pleasure the damn cat. All right. Oh, I do hope Erica is correct, and that Blake's absence is due to nothing more than another drunken night. My intuition leaves me with a sense that something is wrong. Do you feel it too, Kay? Does something feel strange to you? Oh. Oh. Several weeks ago. So we are on Catherine, I assume now. Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic. I think this was in the demo too. Clinician. Well, what brings you here tonight? I want a record for my children. I don't want to leave my kids alone. They may still need me. I understand. And you were referred by Mr. Richard. Duck, that's what everyone calls him. Yes, Duck. We've followed his branch with some interest. Who hasn't? I gather we'll be discussing this in more detail as things progress. For now, let us begin with a simple exercise. I'd like to talk about your earliest memory. It's of pine trees, yes? Oh, these are the trees in my mind map, are they not? With the little smiley faces on them? That's right. Well, tell me about them. They grew from the concrete and cracked the driveway. The concrete broke into pieces. They made your father upset. Yeah, he'd see them and frown, but he'd remain silent. He'd sit quietly in the truck, dissatisfied. I wouldn't say a word. Speaking in those moments made you a fool in his mind. Your father's house was suffocating. I couldn't wait to get out. And that's why you married Blue. Yes, to have somewhere to go. We bought our little place on Good Hope Street. The whole thing was a mistake. I told him I didn't love him. It was in my father's voice. I told him I never loved any man. Was it true? This seems very KRZ-esque, right? Where the choices don't technically matter, but I'm forging the story for her, is what I'm getting from this. It was true. It was a difficult night for you. It didn't feel real. Why? The sky was an inversion of some other sky. The sky, it was corrupted and misplaced. It wasn't a Norco sky. Well, where was blue? He sat at the window all night. The east facing window? Yes. When you stood over him to apologize, you saw the flare stack of the refinery in his eyes. That's right. Oh, I remember this now. I'm keeping memories. Is that what it is? I don't remember what I should be doing here, but obviously I have a save and trash option on each of these. I like the trees. Oh, that's right. Didn't she have Alzheimer's, or was it just cancer? I don't remember. Obviously, we're forgetting things though. We're gonna remember him though. Wait, I can keep all three. Oh boy. Am I going to pay for this later? How is it after that? and the time before he died. We circled each other in wide orbits. I'd hide at the center of the house, nursing Kay, and only leave when I heard him step out. He'd sleep on the couch or next to her crib. He'd sing her old Cajun lullabies, pet her head, whisper to her about his life. And then there was the explosion. When the cat cracker blew, they say he fell 5 stories. He went to identify his body on a Thursday night. Remember the temple of the streetlights? The police scattered across the East Bank. I carried Kay in a blanket. She never cried. We were quiet, she and I. Oh boy. Again, I don't remember if these mean anything. I don't remember what kind of goal there is. I think that's kind of the point, that you don't really know what's going on. But for the sake of you know, not saving literally everything, let's maybe get rid of the plants and the explosion, but keep the memory of the daughter, if that's what's going on. Tell me about this man. I would see him from time to time around Norco. This was many years back, but several weeks ago, Blake saw someone passing by the house. I think it was him. Why? I just do. The robot is no longer there to deter him. Million? Yes. Oh, could be it. What was your first encounter with Million? Let me think. She came to me in the parking lot. Kay was about 12 years old at the time. She knew Blue from his days at the aluminum refinery. I stared for a long time into her constellation of eyes. He swirled in a kind of desperation. Took her home, knowing it was another mistake. You were reckless in those days. I welcomed any trouble I could find. Alright, I am going to keep the memory of the man, because I have a feeling we'll need to recognize him later. I don't think it's important to remember where we met Million, so I'm going to dump that. But I'm going to keep Million. Again, I'm assuming that's what's going on. I could be wrong. What is the significance of this image to you? What is this around the moon? What's going on? It's, well, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. It's a sphere. It followed me in the lake. Okay, so it's not the moon, but some kind of orb hovering over the lake, I suppose. Maybe. When? Recently, a few weeks ago. This is a very common urban legend in America of hovering orbs, especially over long distances. This is where Mr. Richards' branch factors into your biography. Duck's version escaped. A hard fork, an extremely rare instance, and grew into some kind of monster. Began speaking to me through the radio, told me to install an app. Alright, so wait, is Mr. Richard like... I'm not sure, they keep on saying Mr. Richards' branch, and I'm not sure what they mean by branch in this instance. Right? A branch maybe suggests perhaps a line of androids, is what my first thought was, but I'm not so sure that's what it is. Right here, it sounds like a voice in her head. But again, maybe that's what they mean by branch. Maybe she does have voices in her hand, and they call this one the Mr. Richards branch. Maybe that's what it is. Began speaking to me through the radio, told me to install an app. An app? Yeah. I think it has something to do with the thing, the sphere, whatever it is. But so long as it pays, I don't care. I can use the money. The app pays. Yes. See. Seems this is the last control point that you submitted. Would you like to include any additional thoughts or memories? Anything not included in the intake form? No, that should be enough. I'll now begin disconnecting the sensors. Slight feeling of nausea and disorientation is normal and no cause for alarm. I thank you for your patience, Miss Madere. Madeira, probably. Oh, you look wavy. I must be on drugs still. Ma'am? Ma'am, are you okay? My eyes are just playing tricks on me, I guess. Vertigo and visual distortion are common side effects of a versioning session. Shall I contact our on-call physician? So that was a versioning session. No, it's fine. Very well. Last name? It's, Madeira. First name, Catherine. One moment. Your head drive is fully synced. You have chosen our silver tier. Alright, so she was having some versioning session done to a hard drive that is in her head of sorts. So she's some kind of, I guess that's technically what, a cyborg when you're human with augmentations like that. So I wonder if those memories, if that was more of not like natural memory loss by perhaps something like Alzheimer's, but selective memory loss. Hence me actually selecting them. Maybe that's what was going on. Your product does not come pre-installed with adware blocking services and is provided as is without warranty. You are eligible for a free sync anytime before the new year. Thank you for choosing the Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic for your cognitive versioning needs. So the question then is, why is she doing this, right? Is I'm gonna take a guess. She is dying, right? It was cancer. I don't know why I can't remember that. I think it was cancer, right? Is she taking her memories, putting them on disk so that they can be inserted into an android after her death for her children? Is that what is going on? No idea what Superduck wants from me. Better check my phone. I have a phone? Wallet watch. I remember this now. This was all in a demo. This was a very long demo. Okay, we're gonna stay with USD, I suppose. Case picker, over to ride, quack job, messenger. Okay. Oh, okay. Just checking in. Please text when you can. I'm fine. Where are you, dear? Arizona? Where in Arizona? I don't know. No, remember, this is the mom asking where in Arizona, and this is the character that the main character, Kay, the daughter. We're currently on the mom now. Love you. Just checking in. Still in Arizona? New Mexico. Be careful. It doesn't seem safe to be there right now. Call when you can. Getting worried. Kay? Blake says he hasn't heard from you. Really getting concerned. Please call. They put me on another round of chemo. Would love to hear from you. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, I didn't mean to close it. Where you went, Ma? I'm out. I'm fine. Had to drop something off at your at your parents? Been gone a while. Had to make a couple stops. I'm okay, I promise. Blake, have you heard from your sister? Yeah, she said she's okay. Well, where is she? She didn't say. Dear, where did my pills go? In a meeting, we'll call back. How'd it go this morning? I'll call. Ma, he came back around. I'll be home soon calling Uncle Chip. It's fine, I love you. I wonder if it's that face that we're talking about here. He came back around. Or maybe if it's some kind of, someone collecting loans? It's fine, love you. Love you, sweetheart. But can you hear me? Can you come to the living room, please? Something's happened. Not this evening, everything's okay. You need to stay home. I'll be fine, I promise. Love you, my nerd. Love you, Ma. Been a while, Duck. Maybe this is what he meant by he. Too long, old friend. How's the weather on your side of the tracks? So this would mean that Duck is not a figment of her imagination, then? They have me on chemo. Terrible. I don't have long myself. They got me carrying around a tank. Blue's waiting for us. So this is before Blue died. I don't doubt that for a minute. Praise the glory to God. Or maybe it is after he died. Something... Oh, Blue's waiting for us because he's dead. That's why. Duh. Something on your mind, Kate? Don't want to raise your blood pressure? Try me. Super contacted me. So he did. Don't mess around with that shit. Where you went? Don't mess around with Super, Kate. That thing's got no soul. So Super is obviously an android then. Maybe that's the face that we're talking about. Like to ruin all it touches. I need money. We don't take money where we're going. I can't leave it for the kids to clean up. Blue left them a little bit with how he went, but I was a fool. Don't worry yourself like this at the end. Find peace. There's no peace for me. Don't get mixed up with that thing, Kate. I'll tell you how, now it won't go how you want. Kate, God damn it, I hope you're listening. Welcome to the Oxnard on Direct Medical Portal. This is your verification code. Do not share this code. You have chosen to receive online billing. Your resume, okay, blah, blah, blah. Bill, sending balance, bill, balance. It just keeps adding up. Outstanding balance, outstanding balance. Yep, that's the way it be. It says here I need to go to the Curious Duck. Okay. Install Quack Job and set up multi-factor authentication. The Curious Duck is the nearest rendezvous for your location. More information awaits you. Receive orientation at Eagle Janitorial and Paper Supplies in Fant City. Alright, and I can leave now. Fantastic. Perdido Street. Perdido Street has been added to the map. Okay. This is probably a good time to end the episode, I think. Yeah, it's going a little bit long, maybe. Is she blinking her eyes over there? Did she blink? It is! Oh my god, that scared me at first. Alright, fantastic. That's enough for now. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.